Ever wondered how ethical hackers use Kali Linux to test social media security? We're talking penetration testing, vulnerability analysis, the works. So today we're diving into the top 10 social media hacking tools in Kali Linux that every cybersecurity enthusiast should know about. Let's get started. First up, we have the Social Engineering Toolkit, or SET for short. This tool is basically the Swiss Army knife of social engineering attacks. Think of it as the ultimate toolkit for crafting convincing phishing campaigns. We're talking about crafting believable fake websites, creating malicious payloads that bypass antivirus software, and even sending out spear phishing attacks targeted at specific individuals. One of the coolest things about SET is its ability to create those fake websites. Think about it, you get an email that looks totally legit, click the link, and bam, you're on what you think is the real deal. But behind the scenes, it's SET at work, ready to snag your login credentials. In the hands of ethical hackers and security researchers, it's an invaluable tool for testing defenses and identifying vulnerabilities. Next up is Wireshark, a network protocol analyzer that's been a staple in the cybersecurity world for years. When you're on social media, you're constantly sending and receiving data packets, login credentials, private messages, even the photos and videos you share. It's all being transmitted over the network. With Wireshark, you can capture and analyze these data packets in real time, giving you a window into the information being shared between your device and the social media platform. If the network traffic isn't encrypted, you can potentially snag sensitive information like usernames, passwords, and even the content of messages. This is especially relevant when connected to public Wi-Fi networks, which often lack robust security measures. Ethical hackers and security professionals use Wireshark to identify vulnerabilities in network security and ensure that sensitive data is properly protected. For example, they might use Wireshark to test whether a social media app is using HTTPS encryption to secure user data. Let's move on to the big leagues, Metasploit. This is a penetration testing framework that's basically a playground for ethical hackers and cybersecurity professionals. Think of Metasploit as a vast library of exploits, payloads, and tools that you can use to test the security of systems and applications. One of the ways Metasploit can be used for social media hacking is through the creation of malicious payloads. These payloads can be disguised as harmless files like images or documents, but when opened, they can give the attacker control over the victim's device. Another way Metasploit can be used is to exploit vulnerabilities in social media platforms themselves. If a vulnerability is discovered in a platform's code, Metasploit can be used to create an exploit that takes advantage of that weakness. Of course, just like with any powerful tool, Metasploit should only be used for ethical purposes. Moving on, we have Maltego, an open-source intelligence and forensics tool that's all about connecting the dots. Think of Maltego as a giant web spider, crawling across the internet and gathering information from various sources. But instead of just collecting random data, Maltego organizes it into a clear and concise graph, revealing hidden connections and relationships. You can use Maltego to search for their social media profiles, email addresses, phone numbers, and even their physical addresses. Maltego can also identify connections between individuals, revealing their social circles, professional networks, and even their online activities. This information can then be used to craft targeted social engineering attacks or to identify potential vulnerabilities. For example, let's say you're a security researcher investigating a suspected phishing campaign. Maltego might reveal that multiple fake websites are hosted on the same server, indicating a larger operation. Up next is Hydra, a tool that's as straightforward as its name might suggest. Hydra is a brute force password cracker, and its purpose is to guess passwords as quickly and efficiently as possible. Hydra takes lists of potential passwords and tries them one after another against a target system. When it comes to social media hacking, Hydra can be used to target login pages, attempting to gain unauthorized access to accounts. By trying thousands or even millions of passwords per second, Hydra can crack weak or commonly used passwords with relative ease. However, brute forcing isn't a guaranteed success. Websites and platforms have implemented security measures like account lockouts after multiple failed login attempts to prevent these attacks. Security professionals can use Hydra in controlled environments to test the strength of their passwords and identify weak points in their security. Now let's talk about John the Ripper, another password cracking tool, but this one's a bit different. Instead of brute forcing passwords against a live system, John the Ripper excels at cracking password hashes. Think of it as a forensic tool for uncovering passwords after a data breach. John the Ripper comes in by taking these stolen password hashes and attempting to reverse engineer them. It uses various techniques like dictionary attacks, brute force methods, and rainbow table lookups to crack those hashes and reveal the original passwords. In the context of social media hacking, John the Ripper can be used to analyze password dumps from previous data breaches. By cracking these hashes, attackers can potentially gain access to other accounts if users have reused passwords. For ethical hackers and security researchers, John the Ripper is an invaluable tool for post-breach analysis. Chapter 7. Nmap. Mapping the social media landscape. Let's explore Nmap, a network scanner that's like having X-ray vision for your network. Nmap, short for Network Mapper, allows you to scan networks to identify active hosts, open ports, and running services. In the context of social media hacking, Nmap can be used to gather information about a target's network infrastructure. For example, you can use Nmap to scan a company's network to identify any devices that are running vulnerable services that could be exploited to gain access to their social media accounts. Nmap's strength lies in its versatility. It offers a wide range of scanning techniques, from basic ping sweeps to more advanced techniques like TCP SYN scans and UDP scans. Ethical hackers use Nmap in controlled environments, like penetration testing engagements, to identify vulnerabilities and help organizations improve their security posture. Now let's dive into Burp Suite, a web vulnerability scanner that's like having a superpower for intercepting and manipulating web traffic. Burp Suite acts as a proxy between your browser and the web server, allowing you to inspect, modify, and replay web requests and responses. In the realm of social media hacking, Burp Suite can be used to intercept and modify communication between a user's browser and a social media platform. This allows attackers to potentially steal session cookies, inject malicious code, or even modify the content of social media posts. Burp Suite's real power lies in its ability to automate web application security testing. Next up, we have Aircrack-ng, a suite of tools designed for wireless network security testing. Aircrack-ng specializes in cracking Wi-Fi passwords, capturing network traffic, and even injecting malicious packets into wireless networks. If an attacker can gain access to your Wi-Fi network, they can potentially intercept your social media traffic, steal your credentials, or even launch more targeted attacks. Aircrack-ng utilizes various techniques to crack Wi-Fi passwords, including dictionary attacks, brute force methods, and exploiting vulnerabilities in older encryption protocols like WEP. Ethical hackers and security professionals use Aircrack-ng to assess the security of Wi-Fi networks and identify potential weak points. Finally, we have Nikto, a web server vulnerability scanner that's like a digital detective, meticulously searching for clues that could lead to a compromise. Nikto crawls through websites looking for known vulnerabilities, outdated software versions, misconfigurations, and other security risks. While it might not directly hack social media accounts, Nikto plays a crucial role in identifying weaknesses that attackers could exploit to gain access to servers that host social media data. Nikto's strength lies in its extensive database of known vulnerabilities. It's constantly updated to include the latest threats, making it an invaluable tool for security professionals. Ethical hackers use Nikto to help website owners identify and fix vulnerabilities, making the internet a safer place for everyone. So there you have it, the top 10 social media hacking tools in Kali Linux. These tools, while powerful in the hands of security professionals, serve as a stark reminder that social media security is not something to be taken lightly. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll explore advanced penetration testing techniques in Kali Linux. Until then, stay safe, stay secure, and remember, the best way to protect yourself is to understand how these attacks work.